come through. Oh, you guys. I think the camera's fine, right? There we go. I'm gonna chop off that hair, honey. Not after all that. So I have been working with Moldavite for, like the essence of Moldavite, I guess I should say. And actually Moldavite. Since New Year, right? Since, like, basically New Year's Eve. I got Moldavite incense from the shop that I read at, Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery at 230 East 14th Street in New York City, Union Square. I read there on Sundays from 12 to 4. But I got some there, and like New Year's for me really just kind of like opened up some new horizon, plural. Started some things, finished some things, cycles closing out, karmic debts, paying them off. All kinds of stuff, man. It's real. But, you know, I ended up getting some Moldavite oil, and this is a little piece of Moldavite that comes inside. You can see it if I put it up towards the light. You can see it moving around, right? That's it. So I've been using this and carrying it around with me, but the first time that I put the oil on and went out, it was the day of the full moon, the past one, right? Because I worked with the incense before, but this is the oil, so that was on me. And let's just say it was a very energized day. Okay. So, this is going to be Aries and Pisces. I'm just going to combine it and give you guys a end of January reading. I was supposed to do this. I recorded something. I did it like a live stream, and it just didn't work out. And I put it in the Insta story for today on the Providence Tarot Instagram page because my roommate, my candle just went out, because my roommate is an Aries, right? And so basically the reading was talking about an opportunity and a change of focus, an idea. There was the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It was talking about traveling. You know, he lives in, he's actually Italian. He's going to Italy next week with our creative director, who's a Virgo. The Hermit was crossing the Eight of Wands. I mean, it was just crazy. So it was his reading, and he ended up finding out today that he got, you know, him and his husband are getting a car. A convertible. A nice one. But I'm so happy for them too, because it's like, it's very exciting. And the reading literally said that. Like, I wasn't able to give you guys that reading because it was meant for him. A card fell out, so I'm just going to put it right there, Aries. And I think the deck is actually ready. I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to lay the cards out. And I'm going to light my candle too when I come back. I'll be right back. Sorry. I have Mars and Mercury in Virgo, so I have little things like I know where everything is. At the drop of a hat. Okay. Here we go. Aries, honey. What's going on? What's going on with Aries? Okay. Oh, he got this in the reading yesterday. Okay. And it's in the reading today, so it's meant to be. There's some vitality, there's some boldness. Y'all are feeling good. Y'all are feeling excited now, right? You guys might have been emotional about something. You might have been going through some emotional experiences, just some feelings, and you needed to come out of it, and the sun is just the thing to bring you out of it. I mean, look at this. This is, you know, excitement. This is happiness. This is not hiding anything. This is feeling emboldened. This is feeling like, you know, life is worth living. It's meant to, you know, celebrate, and we're meant to celebrate each other. And it's the sun, and you're an Aries, so you're like, celebrate me. Anyway, This is good. It could even have to do with family. Some of you might even be feeling good about family. Look at that. The King of Wands. Fixed fire. This is Leo energy as well. So you guys are stepping up your game. You guys are actually, you know, playing the game of life well. I feel like you guys know how to maneuver, you know how to make choices, you know how to take action. And some of these things are things that you've been wanting to do for a while, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, life has to happen and things have to transpire, and, you know, some things just can't be forced sometimes, you know what I mean? So there is a need for control, but now you don't feel that need for control because things are actually turning out the way that you feel like you've always wanted them to. I feel like you're getting some in the moon, Phil, and you're getting some kind of gratification, right, from that, and you're feeling good that, you know, you have been anticipating something and you wanted to see something take shape, and now it has, so you're very grateful for that. Anyway, let me go ahead and see that Virgo placement. I told y'all, I'm like, no, I need to put this back the way it was so I can put the moon back. Anyway, crossing the reading here as the immediate influence is Capricorn energy, Sun in Capricorn energy. So you guys are focused on a commitment, or you're focused on some kind of commitment that is going to provide you with some kind of structure. This could be in terms of a job or an investment. You could be investing time into something that you feel like could actually gain you some financial abundance later in the future. You know what I mean? But this is also kind of being a little bit too stubborn in terms of like what you're willing to let be an opportunity for you. You know what I mean? You might not be wanting to let some things go because you don't know what something else is going to provide at the beginning of that thing, you know, presenting itself. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just kind of have to let, you know, the luck of the draw work, because it really is sometime what is at play. Also, this has to do with, you know, building something. You guys are building something and you want to be the leader of that thing that you're building. You know what I mean? It's almost like this person has some real plans in terms of what they want to see happen, what they'd like to see transpire, how they'd like to see things develop. You might even be working a little bit too much. You might be putting a little bit too much energy and effort into your job and not enough into your lover, whoever you guys are out there. Or maybe into your, you know, whatever, marriage, something. I don't know where I got that. Anyway, let me just flip over the rest of the cards that I like to turn over at the beginning, and we'll get some looks at that. Okay. Okay, so in the past, I'm getting like the Empress energy. This is, you know, really feeling satisfied, kind of like, this is like an overwhelming sense of pride that things are kind of going your way. You're kind of receptive to whatever comes because you're feeling a little bit comfortable. Maybe some of you were too comfortable in the past, you know what I mean? That's what I'm getting. And that was like, you know, the reality that you were living in, and you didn't realize that you were too comfortable within a situation. And it's not saying that you were too comfortable in terms of like not doing anything, being lazy, not that. It's just saying that you were too comfortable in what you were providing in a scenario. Possibly, you know, maybe you were nurturing something that, you know, was going to be fine on its own, and you needed to spend more time putting energy into what was around you and what you were, all of the luxury and the abundance that you had going on. You know, this is a very bountiful photo, or very bountiful image. Everything she needs is there, right? Number 3, it's the first real sense of completion of something, right? It's a sense of closure, because when you got 1 point, it's a point. 2 points is a line, right? That's all it is. But then when you add that 3rd point, why isn't it just like 2 lines in? It's actually a whole shape when you connect those lines together. So this is you connecting the dots, right? And realizing that you were just kind of like, you know, just resting for something. You might have been waiting for the right time. to, you know, experience something that would lead you to making a choice about something. I don't know why I'm getting a choice about something. Maybe it has something to do with the Two of Cups down here at the bottom of the reading. But yeah, the Empress is really one of nurturing. She's putting energy into whatever she cares about. Yeah, and she is related to the High Priestess. So there are some things that you guys know and that you feel deep inside that you know will transpire. It's just a matter of time, right? Because threes have to do with also waiting as well. Three is a very holy number. So some of you feel like you are intuitively guided by this energy of nurturing something that other people may not understand or may not believe in or may not see as something that, yes, that is a product that people will buy or that is something that people will be into yet. But they will. Oh, yeah. In the Sun position, you have the Page of Cups. So the pages are talking about embarking on a learning experience, one that is karmic. The Page of Cups is learning things in terms of dealing with, you know, the emotional ups and downs. Also, maybe being kind of complacent. Some of you may have been complacent in terms of like, you may have had to make a sacrifice or maybe you felt vulnerable to something that you wanted to see happen or you want it for yourself, maybe like a wish, because this page kind of wishes that it had something more, right? But it has to go through a process of learning to understand that whatever it is that it wants, right, whatever it is that the fulfillment, the satisfaction that it's seeking, that might just be inside of you waiting for you to understand it. You know what I mean? Whatever that is. You guys might have to be a little bit more compassionate to your situation. Some of you might be doing a little bit too much for other people. You know what I mean? And you might be learning some things in terms of that. Or you might just be trying to understand way too much about everyone else's scenario. Or you might be trying to offer your compassionate understanding towards a lot of people, and you might be becoming emotionally exhausted because of it. Maybe some people are like really talking your ear off about a lot of things that they feel like aren't working. You know what I mean? They might be complaining a lot. I'm getting somebody who seems very pessimistic. There might be somebody in your life who is very pessimistic and you're just there waiting, looking, trying to give them, you know, some kind of feeling of hope or faith or belief, right? Because Pisces, I believe, that's that Neptunian sense. So some of you might even be having these dreams that are, you know, making you, like I said, you're feeling very intuitive. The Empress right here is connected to the High Priestess. You've got the Page of Cups there. That's Pisces energy. It's Cups energy. It's learning how to deal with your intuition, learning how to deal with your emotions, learning that they are actually a real thing. You know what I mean? That type of thing. And in the Moon position here, for some of you or all of you, you have the Knight of Cups, which is, you know, an offering. It's an emotional offering. You know, it's probably like putting some time or putting some effort, some energy, putting some energy into the emotional aspect behind like maybe a relationship or yourself, right? You're understanding that there are parts of your emotional reality that need nurturing from you. Right? And then it's kind of like when other people realize, maybe they may not even be acknowledging it or telling you, but when other people feel, right, because we're talking about intuition here, when other people feel that there's something that you need from them, they're probably going to offer it. They may not be like, this person needs something from me, but their soul, their spirit is actually there present inside of them, telling them, go, give this person this energy that they might need right now. You might be feeling it. And, you know, empathic people are like that. Empaths are like that. So some of you might be dealing with an empath. Some of you might be feeling empathic. And some of you might just be very emotionally connected to your partner right now, right? Because this is a Knight of Cups in the Moon position. So it's like that, it's like situations of pouring out of love, that compassion, but it's also almost like a telepathic sense, because the moon is a satellite, right? So it's almost like you might be offering this sense of beauty within the feeling from afar, okay? In the anxieties, you have the Five of Pentacles. That's talking about that you're worried about money. You're worried about how you're going to be committed to paying your bills or making sure that things are, you know, comfortable, right? Because this is like worry about comfort. What is it that you're not understanding about this struggle that you're going through, right? What is it that you have to believe in? What is it that you have to see past? Because the fives are talking about seeing past something, seeing past the conflict. How are you going to see yourself out of this feeling of thinking or this thought that, you know, things are, you might be getting a little bit too neglectful of something that is material. Maybe it's money, maybe it's your physical body. It could be in terms of the family. There might be like some family issue involving money or some kind of hardship. Someone may have lost some money, or somebody might be having some sort of physical ailment that people are thinking about, and they are committed to helping this person get better. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Some of you might be dealing with the you know, a mentor type situation, maybe like someone that was very grounding for you. You know, the commitment may have changed. You know what I mean? The comfort level may have changed. There may have been a fives purpose. There's like a sense of purpose here that is being like misunderstood, right? Through the hardship. So once you start to understand that, you know, this hardship isn't just meant for you to feel like nothing's working. It's not meant to damage your pride, because it is a 5, the 5th sign, Leo. It's not meant, and it's fixed too, because it's Taurus. They all have that sense, right, of pride. So it's not meant to like damage your pride, but it's testing it. How do you see pride? Is pride armor? Is it a tool? Is it a weapon? Right? Is it an idea? Is it a feeling? Is it a look? What is that? Right? And that's a lot of stuff in this one card. My roommate, he's a Wicca, and he reads cards too. And he's always like, you put a lot of information out on one card. I'm like, honey, I have practiced for like almost a year. All right, me and Dale, we were reading one card every week for each sign. And really, we might have had 30 seconds each, or 15, or 20, or 30, depending on the day. But, you know, that's how we got practice. That's how I got practice, you know, just looking at the cards. It's very interesting, too, because it just kind of like happened. Anyway, so that's that for the anxieties. You guys, it'll work itself out, okay? As long as you have hope. You can see it. If you can see it, if you can see it get better, if you can feel it get better, if you can actually start to manifest, right, with your own hand and with your own mind, this is definitely talking about manifesting things with your thought process. Really. In your Mars position, you got the 2 of Cups. So this is some definitely like, this is very mutable, right? And it's mutable because it's talking about the sharing and the understanding of the exchange of emotions and how they are constantly being given and taken away. I affect you, you affect me, we affect each other. It's like 2 satellites here. Beep, 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 beep. But it's water. Right? Instead of like, you know, radioactive signals. Things like it's water. Angels there, divinely guided to understand these feelings. We all are always, we are divinely guided to understand our feelings. That's why they are so richly a part of us. We are, what is it, 80% water? Right? Listen to your emotions. Some of us, it's like, for me, because I'm a Cancer moon at 29 degrees, and really that sun is in the 12th house. It's Libra. It's a part of Libra that's in my 12th house, but Libra is my first house. But I am picking up on people's emotions and feelings from afar. downtown, cross country, other countries. Next, just picking up on it. I'll wake up like, why am I want to stop thinking about certain people sometimes, and it's always at the same time. So it might be when they're thinking about me too. Anyway, I digress. But that's what this is saying. It's like, I feel you, you feel me, we're understanding each other. This could even be you putting more attention into the balance of your own emotions. What do you need? Sometimes what you need isn't what other people can provide. So you need to do it for yourself. And sometimes you may not know what you need. Some people have never gone to a pottery class. Some people have never held a paintbrush to a canvas. Some people have never played a note on a piano. Some people have never flown a kite. You know what I mean? So it's like those types of things. When you experience those things for the first time, sometimes people have like these reveals. Oh my God, I've needed this the whole time. Oh my God, I'm having this, exchange with someone and I wasn't able to get it somewhere, but whatever this is, I like it. Oh my gosh, I'm understanding my feelings a little bit more. I'm realizing that I own my emotions, or that I want to. I definitely wouldn't want anyone else to own my emotions. Right? I'm definitely learning that, and that's the whole story at the beginning of this video with the Moldavite. Okay? Power. That's what this Moldavite is about. It's a tektite, by the way, which is like a form of glass. It's a meteorite, right? Meteorological material, or matter that came in and hit the earth and combined with earth substance, earth. And it created this tektite. Because, at high temperatures, that's how glass is created. Tektites are also made, with lightning and stuff, sand, all kinds of stuff. So that's that. Whenever the oil is over, I'll take it out and I'll probably put it with something. I need to find a little box that I can clip it in that's like a pendant. So a lot of you are definitely protecting yourself. You're feeling a little bit guarded, and you are feeling a little bit, you might be, there's some people that you might be, just distancing yourself from, just because, they might be a little bit over emotional, or you might be realizing that their drama might be affecting your emotions, right? And you have nothing to do with their drama. So it's like when your emotions are affected by someone else's actions. Didn't I just say something about like that? Like owning your own emotions, no one else can, yeah, it all goes back to that. When you start to realize that you need to take care of you emotionally, the people that are in your life that need you, that need you, and that you need as well, are going to be there to take care of you emotionally. But as long as you're handling your own emotions, then you'll be able to navigate yourself through the the waves of relating with other people. Because, if you don't know yourself, or if you don't love yourself, or not even just love yourself, but understand yourself, or if you don't admit to yourself certain things, then it's kind of like, you're not really kind of opening yourself up to understanding more about what it is to evolve as you. And this is about evolution. You have evolved to this place of being like, okay, you know what? I got to protect my energy from you, because I know that, like, after all this time, I understand, like, who you are. I understand who I am. I understand who they are. Right? I understand what I need, what you need. I understand, like, I have to go and give myself a little bit of time. Some of you might be going the distance for a period of time, or some of you might evolve on a trip that you might go on. It could be vacation or something like that. It could be like a honeymoon, yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy that I'm saying this, because I know in Aries that actually is going on a honeymoon like this month. And you would think like in January or like in February, it's cold. But yeah, for sure. So hey girl. Yeah. Also, I feel like some of you might be looking at how you might be a little bit worn down over time over you know, some things that you have been going through. Physically, some of you might be feeling a little bit worn out. You might need to take a little bit of a break or just give yourself a little bit more time to recuperate, right? Physically, definitely eat well with this 9 here. That's related to Virgo energy, the 9. It's also related to the moon, 18. Yeah, and definitely Jupiter, obviously, Sagittarius energy being the 9th house. Yeah, it's okay. You'll be fine. I mean, you know, you might be feeling a little bit like, man, that was a hard fight. Or man, that was a lot of stride. A lot of endurance that took. A lot of stamina. All right. You know, you're waiting for the next opportunity, but right now you're sort of recuperating. You're trying to figure out what your next step is going to be. You're almost at the completion of something that you've been doing for a while, and you're trying to figure out whether or not you're going to go to that next phase, or not even whether or not you're going to go, honey, because you're going to fucking go to the next phase. Okay, let's be real. You're always ready to move forward. Okay, you live for some Sag energy, I'm sure. But y'all probably get like, wow, that's a lot. Anyway, let's flip over the rest of your future cards. And they look real fierce. There are certain cards from yesterday's reading. I was talking about creating things. I was talking about building things. Structure, time, the appreciation of work, the appreciation of creativity, of the art, of the craftsmanship. That's your energy moving forward in the outcome. Another 3 related to your Empress energy here. That's from the past, right? So that thing that you were waiting for from the past to sort of transpire and sort of happen, or sort of gain a little bit of ground on, gaining ground. Yes! That's going to be the name of this video. And you know what? I think it's just, I don't know if it's going to just be Aries because, hey, I'm talking. Gaining ground, Aries. Okay. Capricorn season taught you a thing or two. So yeah, you guys are very good at what you do. And people see you being excited about the things that you do. So when you're good at the things that you do and you're excited about being good at the things that you do, then everybody's like, oh, come over here, look at what this bitch is doing. Oh, yes. Okay. I'm for real. And you know, I live for some Aries. Guys and girls. Hey. I'm not talking about that way. I do know, I mean, most Aries men, I know a lot of Aries men. I don't know a lot of Aries men, but I know a lot of Aries men that are like sun and rising. I don't really know any Aries moon men, but I dated an Aries rising. And I've danced with an Aries, not my roommate, who I like as well. He's cute. Anyway, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, out of the range. In the future, you know, in terms of your past, present, and future row, which is the middle of the reading, I got the Hermit card here as well. So this is definitely crowning, and he's looking down at that 9 of Wands. Because, you know, the Hermit has that, it has that lantern, right? Yes, light. Thank you, Dale. This is a gift from Dale, you guys. The moonlight. So the Hermit is there. He's holding this lamp, and he's looking down this way. That's what the, you know, the profile is looking. He's looking down. He's not even, he's looking down like a mountain, right? I said gaining ground. And he's crowning this card, right? It was like this in the reading. See how he's looking down at him? Hey, you definitely are pausing for reflection. You're going in. You need to learn from your experiences so that you can be ready for whatever may come your way. And Hermit, Virgo, that's the number 9. Virgo is the 6th sign, right? That's the 9 turned upside down. And it's mutable. Sagittarius, right down there. 9. Mutable as well. You're trying to like get a sense of understanding more about something that has evolved, and it's going to bring a little bit more satisfaction to you in terms of like how this experience has affected you, right? Because it's not really about circumstances, it's about the effect. What has it done? How has this process affected you? How has your routine efforts, what has that afforded you? What has it cost you? That type of thing. Well, what have you learned? Okay. Cut that out. Throw that in the, file 13. And then now we've got it. Anyway, at the top of the reading, y'all, and this is fierce. Because at the bottom of the deck, you have the sun. The strength card at the top. That's wonderful. That's understanding that sometimes you're going to have to become vulnerable to your life, vulnerable to you, vulnerable to your own energy, which can be scary. That's another fixed sign thing too. There really is a deep fear with fixed signs, but we can't really see it because they're so powerful, you know what I mean? It's down there. It's down there. And it comes, it doesn't really come out in ways, but it does. It manifests itself in that control, So this is talking about a sense of control. And that's the strength. Right? You're definitely going to have to practice some form of control to deal with this. Right? And this is you controlling yourself. I'm trying to think of a throwback song, but I can't. If you guys can, just hum it in your head now. Anyway. So this is an 8, correct? This is an 8, so it has to do with cycles, right? There are going to be highs and lows. Sometimes you're going to have to use a lot of force, and sometimes you're going to have to use just a little bit, right? Are you frying an egg? Or are you roasting a turkey? Not the same heat. Yes, Candle, you better respond to me. Sorry, you guys didn't see that. The candle was like, you know how like the little fiery like come up? It did that. But this is great because you're understanding that sometimes you have to let things be. Definitely practice your assertions, but understand that it's not always time to break out the jaws of life. You'll never have to break out the jaws of life. I'm living for these numbers right now. At 3311, I said something, and then at 3333, I said something, and I've been on some 3333. You guys, I've been thinking about getting 333, either here on that wrist there. My roommate said get it there, but I was thinking of getting it like here or here, something. I don't know. I want to share it with you guys when I hold the cards, but I'm a Libra, so whatever. Okay, lovelies, this has been quite a reading. Very different from the one that he had yesterday, my Aries roommate with Capricorn rising. He has Capricorn rising, but it's like a sliver of Capricorn, and it's like all of Aquarius. And then like Pisces is like after that, or maybe even, I don't know. But he has like all of Aquarius in his first house, but it starts with Capricorn. I don't know what planets he has there, though. Anyway, y'all got the Sun and the Strength card. Oh, shucks. And then, you guys are learning from your karmic lessons and your karmic cycles. Yes, honey. Completion of something. Maybe some of you have something to celebrate about. you know, a physical thing, because the world is talking about a manifestation of something, right? Are you guys manifesting? Whatever it is that you want, this is a good time because the planets are all direct. Okay? Gaining ground. That's what it's called. Oof. Okay, you're getting there, Aries. I'm living for you. All right. Gonna get out of here.